It's brand new for us. It's brand new for the world. Fantastic Four, guys. The trailer launched this morning, super early. Like, what was it, 7?
7 a.m.
Yeah.
I was watching the countdown at like 6:45.
I know.
My wife's like,
Pictures.
"What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Countdown!" And she's like, "She's like, what?" I'm like, "It's the countdown to the Fantastic Four." She's like,
dork.
She's like, "Do you even like the Fantastic Four?" And I was like, "Duh." I was like, "Okay, their movies have all sucked,
Yeah.
but I like the Fantastic Four."
Yeah,
So
the characters are always...
yeah,
There's aspects of each film I think has been kind of cool. But out of all those films, if you had to choose the previous ones, what would be the one you'd watch again if you had to watch one again?
I was gonna say the first one, but not the Roger Corman one.
Right.
Right.
The first one with like Jessica Alba and
Yeah.
I would agree
Michael
with that.
Chiklis.
Story one, yeah. We've seen photos, stills, a little video, kind of a test footage thing they did for, was it San Diego when they had the Fantastic car?
Yeah,
One of those
yeah.
conventions. But yeah, let's get right into it, guys. Whoever wants to start first.
One character is featured very prominently in the trailer that I think looks fantastic.
Herbie?
No pun intended. Herbie does look good. Thing looks amazing.
Yeah.
I like the way he looks, and I really like that actor.
Yes.
And I really like how he sounds. I think a lot of people were expecting or wanting him to sound more like a Michael Chiklis. Like they wanting him to sound like gruff and and I kind of like that he doesn't.
Yeah.
Because it's a good contrast to his appearance. I like the very World of Tomorrow in the 60s kind of retro feel that it has.
Really cool.
I was tickled pink when I did see Herbie, and I was like, oh, all right.
Now,
and the fact that he wasn't replacing Johnny Storm like he did in the,
is that his
back in the
introduction
70s?
Comics? Was he a replacement? Or?
I think he was so it was the cartoon, if I'm not mistaken. I'm sure some fanboy out there is going to fillet me for this. There was a cartoon.
Actually,
there was like a Fantastic Four cartoon that didn't have Johnny Storm in it because Johnny Storm was in Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends.
Okay.
And so it was the 3 Fantastic Four characters minus Johnny Storm plus Herbie was like the inclusion. He was like their snarf.
Gotcha.
That's how I remember it. Again, I was not even born at that time, so bear with me.
Sure.
But I thought it was cool to see him included in this. I love, like I said, the feel of it. This is going to sound... However,
did you cry?
It brought a tear to my eye.
Really?
When it was the line when he was talking about how, like if we hadn't gone up there the first time, so their origins already happened, which I think is cool.
Yeah.
He's like, you wouldn't be able to turn invisible and this and that. And she's like, listen here. She's like, Ben's always been a rock. Johnny's Johnny.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I've always been here. And that's when I was like, oh my God, it got me.
Yeah.
Right in the fucking feels.
That's awesome.
And so, and I know like early on, I was like not 100% sold on Pedro Pascal's casting as Mr. Fantastic. I'll eat crow on that. I'm going to do a complete 180.
Nice.
Because I think he's awesome. He's fantastic as Mr. Fantastic. I think he's going to be great.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I dig it.
It took a while for me to warm up to him just as an actor overall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've gotten there to where I've seen him in other things too now, and other things too that I didn't even realize that he was in.
Sure.
Like as an example, like he was kind of a bit part in the Denzel Washington movies, the Equalizer.
Yes.
I totally didn't realize that was even him.
Gladiator 2.
So, I thought he was fantastic in Gladiator 2.
Yeah.
So, he was in Gladiator 2 what Eric Bana should have been in Troy.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Like, because I think that's what the kind of similar feel, but Eric, I thought, kind of failed at that, and Pedro Pascal did not. So I take it back. Pedro Pascal, you're fantastic. You're going to be an awesome Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, he was in Narcos. I didn't see him in that, but the very first thing I ever saw him in was Kingsman: The Golden Circle, I think it was called.
Which I haven't seen that yet.
It's a fucking acid trip of a film.
It took me forever to watch. It took me forever to watch the first one.
Yeah,
I did watch
favorite.
it.
The second
I
one
liked
gets
it.
off the
I really
rails.
liked the third one.
Yeah. The King's Man.
The King's Man.
Yeah,
I really liked
prequel,
that
whatever.
one.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like this Latino Burt Reynolds. It's just weird. Like I get, especially if you see the Kingsman, he's got the cowboy hat. Like, dude could be Bandit. Like, maybe bring that back. I don't know.
Smokey and the Bandit, starring Pedro Pascal.
Love Child. I don't know.
the like 1 or 2 second shot we got of Galactus.
Oh, dude, it's not a giant cloud. It's an actual 28 foot or however tall he is, dude.
He's huge.
Yeah. The one thing I will say that drives me fucking nuts whenever a movie like this is coming out and we get the first trailer is all those YouTube videos that are like 107 Easter eggs that you definitely missed in this 2-minute video.
Yeah, no thanks.
Like, oh, there was this thing on the chalkboard and that correlates to Kang the Conqueror and blah, blah, blah. I'm like,
now, we did not see Doctor Doom.
Yeah.
we didn't.
We did not see the Silver Surfer, which I'm interested to see what the Silver Surfer is going to look like,
I am too.
considering the actress that's
female.
playing him.
She is a great actress, by the way.
She is a great actress.
Very small, but I mean, Silver Surfer is like probably doesn't matter how the size.
He's lean.
Yeah.
and,
Very lean character.
Yeah,
but she's a female version, which is in the comics, right?
Yes, there is female heralds of Galactus anyway.
Yeah.
And it's not like Silver Surfer has a penis, so who cares?
Right.
Yeah, not a Dr. Manhattan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if they did that? That'd be awesome.
He hits them with.
So
shiny
I'm just interested to see like what they look, because I thought that was probably the best part of the Fantastic Four 2 movie, The Rise of the Silver Surfer.
Oh, sure.
I thought the Silver Surfer looked really good in that movie.
Yeah. And Joseph Quinn, great Johnny Storm, I'd say.
Yeah. Oh my God.
More mellow than Evan's version so far. You know, he's not too cocky.
yeah.
I mean, I get that's his character.
He
That's a
definitely
good casting for him.
Yeah, he definitely in the trailer he comes across as like somewhat like, aloof.
Yeah.
And I like that. He's not
Right.
super cocky that we'd seen. That was definitely a Chris Evans thing.
Yeah. Which was a huge worry when he got cast as Cap, because people were like, I don't want Captain America making wise jokes. And,
Right.
And to his credit, he played him straight and it was great.
I think he made like one joke in all the 7 movies that he made.
Yeah.
And that
it was
was that's America's ass.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which, I mean, why?
Sure.
You got an ass like that? Why wouldn't you check yourself out?
The fireworks have come a long way. When he jumps off the building and he flames on, you notice
does
like
look
the
good.
front, he gradually flames on. It's not all at once. I don't know if you noticed that, but I noticed his legs light up first, and he was totally exposed in the front still.
Yeah.
That reminded me a lot of Evans, that popular scene from the first one, but yet the effects are a lot better and crisp, and
I think
it really looked cool as they follow him. His leg movements and stuff.
I was kind of worried because we're going back to the Thing.
Yeah.
I was kind of worried because after I saw what Red Hulk looks like in the new Captain America,
Yeah.
I was like, they haven't really progressed that much from Mark Ruffalo,
Yeah.
but I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
Just how
Thing. Yeah.
I don't know if it's because he has more texture to him and that kind of
Yeah. He's got a brow.
blends
That's
it
for
in
sure.
a little bit.
Yeah.
I like that they put his brow in the comics.
Yeah. And they got
That's
the
really
blue eyes
cool.
coming through.
But yeah, he's probably Thing's never been my favorite Fantastic Four member, but he probably will be after I see this.
Well, my gripe about Thing is he fights Hulk in the comics, right?
He does. He's never been able to match totally with Hulk.
So
Right, because Thing's strength kind of maxes out at a certain limit, whereas Hulk's, the more mad he gets, the stronger he
Yeah.
gets.
yeah. Okay, yeah.
So-
So that's what I was surprised by Thing's size. He looks like he's not quite taller than him much.
This goes back to all the times Jonah and I have talked about the Marvel trading cards on
Yeah.
the Number One Comics podcast. Huh? See what I did there? But they'd always have, I think it was series 2 or 3 when they started showing agility 7, strength
sure.
4,
Okay.
whatever.
Yeah.
And thing I always remember was Thing's strength maxed out at 6 and Hulk's was 7.
Oh, sure. Okay.
But when you think about it in that context,
yeah.
if Hulk's just going to keep getting fucking stronger every time he gets more and more pissed, it makes sense. But
Yep.
he is very formidable. But
Now, he was not as bulky or wide or broad as I was maybe expecting him to be.
Yeah, same.
And
same.
that doesn't mean I don't
he
like
was-
it, but
I don't think he was either. But I think I was still kind of I mean, Michael Chiklis was just kind of a rubber suit, so he wasn't like
Yeah.
huge. But
He's very short.
Josh
Trank.
Josh Trank
Yep,
version,
you're right. Yep.
where he's like Rock.
Yeah.
He looks a little more like
I
Korg
thought
than
he would be
thing.
more that
Yeah.
size in this
Yeah.
new one. Like they kind of like tweaked it. Like, all right, this is a good size because that was a big complaint about
Yeah.
Chiklis.
But it's good. He
was
doesn't
too
need to be
small.
like 7 feet tall.
No, yeah, I don't want him
I mean,
super
if you put him
huge.
with Hulk, Hulk's not like monstrously taller than the group, but he's not the Ang Lee Hulk, that's for sure. But
I think most of the time in the comics, though, when they're face to face, he is kind of looking up at Hulk.
Yeah.
okay,
So
yeah.
he doesn't like.
That was just my thing. I was just like,
yeah.
I thought he'd be a little bit bigger than that, but
Yeah. No, I think he's a good size. I was just expecting him to be bigger.
I love him in turtlenecks. And you know what I mean? Like he's
The
not.
suit.
Yeah,
I will say that the suits look great.
I like
I
the
love the
suits.
color palette. That blue.
I like how
is
they
like,
I think it's Thing and either Johnny or Sue. One of the two of them have like the white stripe down the side of it.
everyone except Reed, I think, has
I think
that.
Reed's is like the solid blue
Right.
with like
Yeah.
the white gloves or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
It makes me confident that at some point we're going to see the bombastic Bagman in Spider-Man 4.
Oh,
Oh.
really?
That'd be a cool. No, I don't think that's going to happen.
I was like, you are the only person asking for that.
I don't even know who that is. I should know.
Hey, that's my most played skin in Spider-Man. No, I'm kidding. I'm okay.
Did you guys rewatch the trailer right away after
I did.
initially?
Yeah.
I
did
watched
because,
it on
like, I wanted to
YouTube.
see-
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like that one shot of like the old guy.
John Malkovich.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I'm like,
Who is that guy? Do we know?
That's what I thought was like. It's John Malkovich, but I didn't
Yeah.
like. I'm like, I know who that guy is.
I didn't look up to see if it lists who he's playing.
Right.
So
no. What I got doesn't
I
show.
did make the mistake of going on Wikipedia, which of course is not the most,
Yeah.
trustworthy news
Of
site
course,
out there. And like saw a couple things on there. I didn't see who he's playing though.
The casting's great.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's really.
I think it is too.
They really try to capture that 1969 type of everyone was excited about the space program and all
Yeah.
that, and so that was really cool. I love the world. It's like I kind of wish this was like I would like to see other Marvel characters in this world. Like with the 60s vibe and all that.
Well, and that's what's interesting about that is there's so many Marvel characters that we haven't seen in the MCU that we've been
Yeah.
given. So it's not beyond the realm of possibility that you could take some characters who are maybe introduced around that time and introduce them in that world. Characters like, especially with the kind of the space aspect of it, characters like Quasar, you could easily introduce into that.
Sure.
So there is still a lot they could do that I think is interesting.
Yeah. I know this is like a multiverse type of universe, whatever. My theory, and I'm sure other people have the same, I'm guessing these Fantastic Four somehow wind up into the world that we know of with the MCU films. Like, I wonder if Galactus actually
I would be
is successful with destroying that world, and then maybe when they go up to space again, maybe that's their way into our world, or
I would be
whoever's.
okay if they didn't come into play until they do like a Secret Wars kind of thing.
Yeah. I agree. Like, let him play in this world for a little bit.
Hopefully, yeah.
One or two movies in this world, and then you can have them
I dig
cross
the
over.
world. I
But
really dig it.
I don't want to see it where they cross into this MCU world at the end of the first movie.
Right.
Right.
I'm afraid that it's probably going to go that way because Marvel feels like they just have to interconnect.
Well, and you got the Avengers
Everything.
films coming out. I think people want to see the Fantastic Four with them and all that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that
Maybe they'll bring the X-Men
I
with
got
them.
so burnt out with on phases 1 through 4 is that everything ended up being connected, and it was like if you missed this TV series,
yeah.
well,
you watch
and
the
then
movie
they're
and
trying to
missed
connect.
something.
They're
The
trying.
shitty TV series.
Yeah.
they're trying to connect.
They're trying to connect shit that they couldn't even connect or that didn't even go anywhere. Like, okay, you introduce us to who is supposed to be the Black Knight. He even gets a sword at the end of the movie,
And Blade's
and he
voice.
hears Blade's voice,
Yeah.
but we're not probably ever going to see that.
It's a mess.
We're never going to see. I mean, I would love to see the Black Knight in an Avengers movie.
I mean, they're finally acknowledging Celestial, the
They're finally
hand.
acknowledging the Celestial,
Yeah.
bringing
Captain America.
adamantium into
Yeah, that's where it
the
comes
MCU.
from. Love the Fantastic Car maneuvering. Didn't fly in this one. It was all on wheels. So that
Think
was
of like
Probably, I
All
would
the
say
char-
probably
very
will at
Incredibles
some point.
vibe.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, there's probably
design,
going to be like a
60s-esque.
little button they push and wings pop out.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
I just think there's so with this new world that this movie's even being set in.
world. Yeah.
There's so many different things they can do with it, and new characters they can introduce that or reintroduce.
Yeah.
I mean, you could easily introduce a Howard the Duck type character into this world, and it wouldn't feel like weird or
Right, because
completely out of place.
They're being interviewed in the beginning of this, like they're just
Yeah.
a normal family that's got gifts, and they're like, we have dinner every night, and and Ben's like making dinner with the robot, and
Yeah.
There's so much they can do. I want to see him play in this world for a little bit.
I know, I'm excited.
We got quite a while before this comes out.
Yeah, I forgot
July.
to put the
July.
Is it July.
Yeah.
All right, sweet.
Yeah, because you're going to have Superman and Fantastic Four in July, basically. They're going to be within weeks of each other.
Superman will be July 25th.
It's going to be a double feature night for sure.
Oh, yeah. Put those together. What do you get? Kind of like the Oppen Barbie or whatever the fuck they called it.
Barbenheimer.
Yeah. What'd you call
Fantastic Man.
Fantastiman.
Yeah, I don't know. Super 4.
Super 4?